Well, first of all, Ryan, congratulations on
Thank you.
not only winning but setting a new course record here at Conquering Scramble. This is your first running. Did the day go the way you expected it to today?
Yeah, it was hard, but it was can't really complain. It was really fun and great competition, and it couldn't have gone better. I think in my race personally, I just had a really good day nutritionally and effort-wise. The weather was great, so I couldn't have asked for a better day and better guys to race with.
With this race having such a history, I mean, this race has been around longer than you have.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
What does it mean to you to have set a new course record for a race that has such history and is such a part of our trail running community in Arizona?
It's really cool. Yeah, this race is just like super historical, and it's cool to think about all the people that have ran this race, like training for Western States and gone on to do bigger and better things. Like, this race was really competitive back in the day, and it was really competitive today. And I mean, I probably haven't run in an ultra that's been around for this long, and so it's cool to set this course record and know that this race is getting faster and faster, even though the course is still just as hard and as it's always been. And
So this was your first time running the race. Had you had any time on this course before? Had you gone out and done any scouting or played around out here? If this is your first time, what was your first impression? Because this is not a single track race. This is a little bit different, than your wheelhouse. So, discuss how this is different than, for instance, maybe another 50K that you've done like Speedgoat or something.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't do any training on the course, or I hadn't seen the course at all, so it was all new to me. I really liked the double track. It was technical at some parts, but not like too technical, not too rocky. Some creek crossings. It had a lot of everything, some smooth running and also just technical running. And it is different doing an ultra that has no single track at all. Doing one that's net uphill for sure is an added challenge. But compared to something like Speedgoat, it's definitely like this course is just like kind of relentless climb, and in Speedgoat there's some steeper climbs and like you have some breaks with like some good downhills, and this time I just felt like there was a little bit of breaks, but like there wasn't a whole lot of a time where you could recover, because you were always kind of just after 15 miles you always kind of just keep climbing until you hit the peak, obviously. But great course overall, really unique. I love this, just the mix of kind of everything that it has besides single track.
Okay, so having set a new course record by several minutes, what do you think it would take for somebody to run like a sub 340 in this race? How do you think you could improve upon your experience this year?
It's hard to say. I think this year went really well for me, so for somebody to run under 340, I think you could definitely get some more time early on, like if you run sub 6 early on, like that can really give you some time in the bank, but it's also hard to do that because then you'll be tired for the climbs, And on the climbs, I don't know if I can make up a whole lot of time there, because I feel like I was always kind of running steady on the climbs. I think if somebody runs the first 15 quicker, they could run faster. But it's hard to say because that last 15 or so is hard. It's tough.
It was pretty close at the front between you and David at the finish. Was there a point where, where you were able to establish some separation between the two of you, or were you running neck and neck pretty much the entire day?
We were running a lot together. I think I caught him and Mackay around 13 or so, and then we ran together for a while, and then it was me and David until about, I want to say like 25 maybe. I started or 24, 25, somewhere in there, started to form a little bit of a gap. Just some of those maybe more gentle climbs, and then kept growing the gap when it started getting steeper towards the summit. Me and David ran a lot of the race together. That was great to have such good competition up front and not just be like out front by myself the whole time or anything like that. But him and Mackay definitely pushed the pace early on, so they kept it honest for sure.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned actually, and I was really interested to hear you just say that. You mentioned that mile 24 to 25 was where you were able to gain that separation. That's the start of the Aravaipa climb. Like, was it a situation where like the two of you hit that climb together and you just basically kept going, or what? Like, what happened there?
Yeah, I think there was just like little gaps forming like right before that. I think like getting water at aid stations and stuff, and there'd be like a little gap, and then like I think like he would come back a little bit, and then like I'd get like a little gap. So like yeah, we were kind of like just yeah, sticking together, and then the gap just like grew bigger and bigger, I guess. I don't know exactly where, but I just started like not hearing him anymore, and then like couldn't see him, and but he was definitely still coming for sure. I kept looking over my shoulder, excited him to be like right there, because I knew he was climbing well too and having a great day too.
One last question. For somebody who is interested in running this race, what advice would you give them as a first timer?
Try to get some vert in your training for sure. It's 6,000 feet in a 50K doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's all in like the second half, or a lot of it's in the second half. So yeah, and then also just maybe a little bit of practice technical running, and yeah, just maybe focus on time on feet, because this race it's gonna take a lot longer than some 50Ks. Definitely like some road 50Ks or some flatter 50Ks. So yeah, just be prepared to climb and enjoy the views, because this course has got them.
Awesome. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Nice job out there.
Thanks.